Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Wiley, and I run an agency here in Cascais called Wiley Partners. I got here in 2017 and quickly recognized the need to have a strong advocate for a buyer or a seller. So I decided to open up my own company. It's been a ride, I have to say. But right now, I have to tell you that I have a very strong team and feel very confident that I can work together with you and get your needs met. People ask me a lot of questions about the process of buying here or selling here, and I thought I'd go through a couple questions on how you and I would work together as a buyer's agent. The first thing we want to do is get to know each other. So I'm going to set up a call for us, a Zoom call, and have a conversation with you so we can get to know each other and I can begin to understand your needs. As soon as I understand your needs, I'll begin your property search. Unlike many markets, unlike the American markets, if we compare it, there is an MLS that's kind of dedicated to the agent. Here, the opportunity that you have to find properties is the same opportunity that I have. All of the websites here are both user-friendly for both sides, but there's nothing dedicated to the agent. So we have to kind of go on the idea that we'll work together. You might go to Idealista and find your favorites and save them to your favorites file. So when we get to work together, in fact, you can share that with me. Then I'll know your vibe, what you're looking for, which is great. When we begin to do that, as I just discussed Idealista with you, there's a trick that most people don't understand about Idealista. And that is that as soon as you, in that little box that says, hey, I'd like more information about this, that when you send it to, for example, let's say JLL has that listing and you've sent it to them and said, can I have more information? As soon as they send you that information, what you don't know is you've given them permission to store your data. And because of that, you are now their client. So when you show up and you say to me, hey, let's look at all these listings, and I'll call JLL, they'll go, oh, that's our client. You can't work with that person. So in order to do that well, so it doesn't get messy, and I can get us out of it, but so it doesn't get messy, see if you know you're going to work with a buyer's agent, try not to invoke that click box and have everyone send more information to you. That's my job. I'll take care of it. And that way I can also go through and find out if this really is the right property for you, because I'm going to ask different questions. Because I know that there's a lot of marketing here that might not be as clear as it is in the States. And so for those reasons, I have different set of questions to ask than you might. Once we find a property and we go take a look at it and go through the process, what we need to know is how to put an offer in on a property. Putting an offer in on a property really only needs a couple things here. It just needs the willingness to get a NIF number, and that's something that you can get for free if you're on the ground, but if not, there are lawyers who will help you get your NIF numbers for you and your family. And I can help you with that. I have a group of lawyers I work with who can help. After you have your NIF number, or even during the process of getting your NIF number, we can put a bid in on a property. What does that look like? It's different in so many countries, but here it's a simple process. We decide what we want to pay for it. We write a letter and say, this is who we are. This is what we want to spend on this house. This is the percentage we're going to put down, and that's something called a CPCV. It's the down payment. This is how long we're going to wait between the down payment before we go to deed. And then we go to deed, we go to a notary's office. It's all cut and dry. It's a bilingual contract. We give the money across the table. We have a cashier's check that we do that in, and they give us the keys. It's very simple. There seems to be some conversation about everything that happens between, but I've never really had any problems with that. There's been no glitches in any of this. The due diligence is done before you put your money down in the down payment, so that's all set. So that's a simple thing to do. So far, we figured out how to get together. What I need from you is I need a NIF number from you, and I need maybe a list of your favorites so I understand exactly what you're looking for, even though we've conversed about it in our first meeting. One of the things I need also is your loyalty, as every agent has the same property, the same opportunity to find the same properties. For you to have multiple agents looking for you, we're just going to cross. And it doesn't really make any sense. It's more fun, for me anyway, if you start with me and we get to see all of your properties together. Let's say we see 10, 15 properties. It's so nice for me to know the first property to the last property so we can compare and contrast. And that's part of the fun of working together through the whole process. So we'll do that. And then just another thing about the offers is that offers here are not binding. So we can put in 2 offers at the same time if we want to. and see which one kind of pans out. So it's an easy thing to do. It's not daunting. It's quick. And the due diligence is really the thing that takes the longest period of time. So that's all about how you go to do that. One of the things that you need to know also about the process is that we all hire lawyers here. There'll be a lawyer for the seller side, there'll be a lawyer for the buyer side. And so if we're the buyer's side, we're gonna go get a lawyer. Again, I have a group of lawyers that you can choose from, and they're gonna do all the due diligence. So that's something that's taken care of before we go to down payment. And there's really not a lot to be done in between down payment and deed because all the due diligence has been done. Usually we're just waiting for you to either get your mortgage or to come up with the balance of funds for close. So that's the easy part about it. It's really kind of simple. The rest of it is just how we work together, where we want to go look. Do we want to stay in Cascais? Are we going to go out of Cascais? We're going to go over the hill to Calarish. We're going to go down the street over to Carcavelos. How close do we want to be to Lisbon? A lot of the places we're going to look at that you find are going to be based on your experience of the neighborhood, how that feels. So we'll walk around the neighborhood. We'll have lunch in the neighborhood. We'll talk to people in the neighborhood. Sometimes that neighborhood will be predicated on where children are going to school, how close you want to be to the train. So we'll take all those factors in. It's so much fun working as a buyer's agent. And I really look forward to meeting you and hope that we can find a time where we can work together and meet on Zoom.